A liar could be a thief, but every thief is already a liar in advance. You're welcome, viewers. In my last episode, I stopped abnormally because I thought there was an error. There wasn't. I detected that the story could have been a repetition from in the paper, and so we will continue. It was normal. I shouldn't have closed the way I shouldn't have closed it the way I did without the normal formalities. Uh, Today we're going to page 8, and that is the entrepreneur. Uh, how to deal with an angry client. Yes, patience. In everything you do, you need patience. If a client comes to you and he's already angry, how to deal with him or how to deal with them. They were already angry at home before coming, so you have to know that somebody must have annoyed them on the way before they entered your chambers. Mm. So you have to be very careful. All right. Mm. Okay, we've read this several times. In an era of tough business competition, is there in some we skip that. How to deal with an angry client? Listen without interrupting. Listen without interrupting. Show that you understand how they feel as well as what they are saying. Then take print. Analyze the problem. Differentiate between facts into brackets. The report has 3 errors in it. Bracket closed. Assumptions. That's in brackets again. It was clearly done at the last minute. Bracket close. Then generalities into brackets. Your junior people aren't up to it. Close. And emotions. Brackets. I feel let down. Close. Then work out the reason behind their rage. Work out the reason behind their rage. Is it because their boss is angry with them? Because no one from your organization is listening to their concerns? Or because they feel that a promise you made has been broken? Then, stay very calm. Stay very calm. Mm. Uh, one highly emotional person is more than enough. Yes, one highly emotional person is more than enough. Okay, we go to another tick print. Respond quickly. See if there's anything that can be done immediately to make things better. Immediately to make things better. If so, focus on this rather than the cause of past issues. Find out what is actually happened. Find out what actually happened, comma. Then dig deep for facts about what the sequence of events was and avoid placing blame into brackets, or you will find it harder to get to the truth. Thick print. Take full responsibility for finding a solution. See things through to full resolution and keep communicating with the client. Dash. Knowing that senior person is dealing with their concerns with soothe all but the most irate. Knowing that senior person is dealing with their concerns will soothe all but the most irate. Take print. Never view the client as a lost cause. Great client recovery often leads to stronger, deeper relationships than those with consistently happy customers. And you don't want them bad, and you don't want them bad mouthing you or your organization. Yes, I like that bad mouthing. Go out and do mouthing badly about them, saying bad things about them. Mm. So, and don't let them bad mouthing you or your organization. Take print. Take preventive measures. Take preventive measures. Let them know that you have done. Let them know what you have done to stop the problem recurring. Clients will feel that their pain was more justified if they have had a positive impact on your business and stopped others having to go through uh, similar angst. Well, I don't know what the last word is. Uh, and stopped others from going through similar angst. The angst is spelled ANGST. US, pardon me, maybe you can figure out what that means. Similar angst. ANGST. If it's an English word, I'm sorry, I don't know it. Okay. Very thick print underneath. Run the division, but they make the decision. Sorry, I ran the decision. Sorry, I ran the division. I ran the division, but they make the decisions. Division, decision. Mhm. I ran a semi autonomous division of a large company. We're performing adequately in financial terms, although we could probably do better. We have recently come under scrutiny by some of the company's senior managers who believe that our division needs a serious overhaul. A serious overhaul. This may be true, but I hate the fact that most decisions are taken behind closed doors and I'm informed of them rather than being involved in them. It's hard to run it's hard to run something when the controls are taken out of one's hands. Is there a way to bridge this them and us? Them and us in inverted commas. In other words, separation. People see themselves as they and the one left behind as also see themselves as us. So, is there a way to bridge this them and us situation without alienating the senior managers? And this was a question by Daniel Regimanuel Estes. Daniel Regimanuel Estes. I don't know where the Estes is, whether it's in Kumasi or Accra or wherever. Okay. Then the answer comes. The business aspect says, I don't like the sound of semi-autonomous. It's not exactly half pregnant, but it's heading that way. It certainly opens the door to endless ambiguities and fuzzy defined areas of responsibility. Much your best chance is to reclaim the initiative which you've already lost. Well, much. The much is spelled Much. Maybe I'm not sharp enough to catch the meaning. Anyway, so viewers can uh, help me. Match your chance. I don't know if it's match, but but it's spelled Much. Match your best chance. Your best chance is to reclaim the initiative dash which you clearly lost. I think that's right. That's right. Okay. You say your division is performing adequately dash another another ominous word. There's not much space between adequate and inadequate. Okay, yeah, I agree. There's not much space between adequate and inadequate. You also say it could probably do better. So, what are you going to do to make sure that it does? Draw up a proper business plan with benchmarks, action points, and milestones. Full stop. Make sure it's tough but achievable. Ask for a meeting with those senior managers to present your plan and request their authority to proceed. Paragraph. You certainly can't be criticized for trying to make management back. You certainly can't be criticized for trying to take management back into your own hands. It's what you think and it's what you think and hope you paid for. And their response to your proposal should settle the definition of semi-autonomous once and for all. Just don't expect autonomy to be granted as a right. It has to be earned. So autonomy shouldn't be granted as a right. It has to be earned. Uh, Nurturing a risky business. Nurturing a risky business. And the points are in like this. One, if you don't want some areas of your product range, if you don't want some areas of your product range are highly prone to risk, try to balance them out with products that are longer, more stable appeal. If you don't want some areas of your product range are highly prone to, I'm not understanding this. I hope viewers will understand it. I'm sorry. Uh, if you don't want some areas of your product range are highly prone to risk, or to be highly prone to risk, I don't know. Try to balance them out with products that have a longer, more stable product. Two, control at least some of your production facilities. This measures this ensures manufacturing priorities are yours. This ensures manufacturing priorities are yours. Three, make these facilities as flexible as possible. You don't want to be looked into. You don't want to be locked. You don't want to be locked into one superhero if the kids want another. I can't read the other one. Well, this one is not very clear. Want every your business. Viewers, I'm sorry, I'm not reading this well. That's where my finger is. The space is more or less blank. Those three sentences. Let's see. Work with your customers. I think so. I think work with your customers. You will know more than they do about management. Work with your customers. You will know more than they do about managing the risks peculiar to your business. That's what I figure out it could be. Okay. This may involve asking them to scale down orders. Scale down orders. 4 or 5, yes, 5. Be ready for products that look great to disappoint. Be ready for products that look great to disappoint and products that look sketchy to succeed beyond the wildest expectations. Neither necessarily neither necessarily means anything. Neither necessarily means anything. You're working with fashions. You're working with fashions. Point 6. Recognize that some of your greatest successes will be rare phenomena, more likely to happen once a decade than once a year. Let's go to the last third of the paper. Working from home is making me semi-detached. Working from home is making me semi-detached. Where my finger is, working from home is making me semi-detached. Okay. I'm pioneering working from home, our small company, but it's patently not working. Decisions are made without me. Colleagues insist on calling me a part-timer. Part here is spelled P-A-T. I don't know if that's right. Uh, Colleagues insist on calling me a part-timer, and the boss keeps making heavy hints about things I've missed because you're never in the office. I'm reluctant to admit defeat, but the concept isn't exactly catching on. Will working from home irretrievably will working from home irretrievably damage my standing at work? Okay, that's a question. Uh, If 20 years or so ago you believed some of the more confident futural, futurologists, futurologists, you must know you must now be disappointed to find that the reality of paperless office receipts daily and that very little manufacturing industry is based in outer space. The widely predicted trend of working from home dash teleworking from teleworking from televillages dash has been almost as slow to materialize, yet no one yet no dash one whose educational experience included schools with both boarding and day pupils should be at should be at all surprised. So sorry, I read it badly. No one whose educational experience included schools with both boarding and day pupils should be at all surprised. Technology, comma, working from home still makes rational sense. There you are in your well equipped den, linked by high speed broadband to the whole world with fax, mobile, and landlines as, as backup. Of course, you can work as well from home, probably even more productively because there are fewer interruptions, fewer people dropping by for a gossip, and no one consuming energy training commutes. Full stop. But rational analysis ignores the human instinct to pick sides, to form teams. Full stop. It's not a noble instinct, and it can be cruel, but we followed it at school and we follow it as adults. Borders, borders at the borders at the backs were segregated tribes. Mm, Let me spell it. Borders, Borader. Then at the backs, at the is spelled AD. Then Day, Bugs, Bug. Eh? Borders at the backs were segregated tribes. Maybe viewers can make meaning out of it. That's beyond my knowledge for now. Hmm? Okay. The to borders, day backs were irretrievably inferior. Uh, and you, I'm sorry to say, are a day back now. I see. Uh, there may even be some truth your boss's suggestion that you are missing something. Full stop. T host interruptions and distractions. Stroke. Those moments of apparently idle gossip can have a unifying effect that no amount of texting, phone, or emailing will even replace. Full stop. If you are in the majority, it might be different, but that's clearly not going to happen quickly in your present company. If working from home has become extremely important to you, you might be able to find another firm that actually encourages the practice. Full stop. Failing that, dash, failing that, dash, and I feel a bit feeble saying, don't see it as admitting defeat. Colon. Experiments don't have to succeed to be worthwhile. Experiments don't have to succeed to be worthwhile. That's all for that column, for that story. Another story. How can I coax my boss? How can I coax my boss out of chairing meetings? How can I coax my boss out of chairing meetings? Okay. I often chair meetings in my boss's absence while he indulges the worthless and whiness. I hold short meetings where we actually manage to get things decided. Several team members have having individually told me that they find it much more productive when I chair the meetings and that they would like me to chair more. Full stop. How can I suggest this to my boss in a way that doesn't sound like I am stepping on his toes? He sees chairing meetings as a mark of his seniority and is likely to take mine and is likely to take mine and is likely to take my suggestion the wrong way. Mm, I think it's a printing error because to take mine is printed twice and it's likely to take my and it's likely to take my suggestion the wrong way. Okay. Is your boss as close to retirement as he sounds as if he ought to be? With any luck, with any luck, he will be out of your way within a month or two. But there's always the hideous possibility that he's one of those deeply middle-aged, self-import Adam still under 40, under 40 people, in which cases a plan is necessary. I suggest you play to his vanity. Tell him that you and your team would benefit even more from the wisdom and experience if he's agreed to work at a slightly higher level. So, first, you and your team thrash out the tedious detail and iron out the obvious proofs. And then, dash, and only then, you present your plans to him as the higher authority. Oh God, as the higher authority. D is spelled DHEY. Maybe we should omit the Y. eh, To him as the higher authority. Yes, he might find an analogy. He might find an analogy with the House of the Commons and the House of Lords to his liking. Worth a go, anyway. Worth a go, anyway. Viewers, we end here. That is page 8 of PMP. Issue number issue number 552. When we come back, we're going to page 9, relationship. Relationship, very important for everybody. Huh? Opposite can be best spouses. Hmm? Can a big age difference between two people hurt a relationship? Some secrets to success in marriage. That's where we're going next in our next video or in our next episode. God willing, when we come back. Thank you very much. Bye bye. May God bless you all.